Hey Algebra 2, this is day 7 of our NTI, and this is for March the 26th. So what we've got today is if you're doing the worksheet part, okay, then today is when you're going to be writing the equation of the lines. So it says, draw a line that has an x-intercept at -1 and a y-intercept at -1, okay. Down here, it says, draw a line with a y-intercept at 1/2 and a slope at 1/2. Or 1/2. So you've got several different options of what's going on here, okay? So it's 3 will go to a graph. That's how they're kind of doing this one, okay? So I'm gonna I'll do the second grouping with you. And then the first group and third group's about the same. So the second one's the one that's a little bit different. So what we've got, it says draw a line with a y-intercept at 1/2. So on the y-axis, I'm going to 1/2 and I'm going to put a dot. Okay, so you will have to estimate a little bit on that one. The slope is 1/2. So remember, slope is rise over run. And if it's 1/2, then I'm rising 1 and I'm running 2. So if I'm at 1/2, I'm going to rise 1. So that's here. And I'm going to run 2. 1, 2. Okay, so from this new point, I still rise 1 and I run 2. And then I can do that in the opposite motion as well. So I can go down 1 and back 2. I can go down 1 and back 2. Okay, so then I can take those and I can write my equation from that, and I can draw my picture. And you may want to use something a little bit better than just estimating. Not too bad. So then I can draw my line. Okay, so that slope tells you how many you're rising and you're running. So what is the x-intercept? So now you just got to tell me, where does it touch the x-axis? We've had lots of practice with that. Okay, so where does it touch the x-axis? So where does it touch to you? Okay, all right, and then the last one, it says, what's the equation of the line? So since it is a line, so from our family of functions, we know it's y equals mx plus b. The m is the slope, okay, so anytime it says slope, that's our m. And then the b is the y-intercept. So m, slope, b, y-intercept. So if you look at your graph, your equation, so where does this thing touch the y-axis? Right here to 1/2. And what was my slope? I went up 1 and over 2. So rise over run was I rise 1 and I ran 2. So the equation for this line will be, and I can't fit it, so y equals 1/2 x plus 1/2. Okay, and then for the other one, it gives you the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So if the x-intercept at 3, go to 3 on the x. And if the y-intercept is -3, then on the y we go down to -3. Okay, so there's the x-intercept, y-intercept. So now I can connect those points. And there's my picture for that line. What is the slope? So remember, slope is the m, and it's the rise over run. So if I can start at any place, but I'm going to start here. How many do I rise? 1, 2, 3. So I rise 3, and then how many do I run? So I run 1, 2, 3. So I run 3. Okay, so if I rise 3 and run 3, that's the slope. So I just have 3 over 3, which equals 1. The equation, well, you have your slope, your m, and then the y-intercept, that is going to be the b. So then your equation is y equals 1x minus 3. Okay, and then you do the exact same for that top one up there. All right, that is if you're working on the worksheet. Now, if you're doing Delta Math's kind of doing like yesterday. We'll write the function for the graph, so basically the equation. Well, where is the two x-intercepts? Touches at -1, and it touches at 1, 2, 3, 4, and +5. So my equation is going to be an x plus 1 and an x minus 5. So I have to take the x-intercepts and I have to turn them into factors, which changes the sign. Now, here's the other part of this we had to figure out. There's an a here, okay? So that a tells me how this turns, because right now it may be wide or it may be narrow, so we've got to figure that out. So I use another point, and they're going to give you another point. So this one they gave me was at 0, -2. Well, there's your x and there's your y. That will let you find out what a is. So if I come in here and substitute, you've got -2 equals a, and 0 plus 1 times 0 minus 5. So -2 equals a, and then 1 times -5 is -5. So that's multiplied. So to get rid of it, I have to divide. So the a will be a positive 2/5. So the equation is y equals 2/5, and then the factors. Okay, and that is the equation for that. Okay, and that works whether there's 2 solutions or 10 solutions, okay? So you just will either have 2 of these or you might have 3. But it's the same way to find out the value for a. All right, the last part of this is the synthetic division. So synthetic division, I will do in a I'll do in a separate video. Okay, so we'll go through synthetic in a separate video because it's also going to be what we do in tomorrow as well. Okay, so have a good rest of the day, and I'll attach the synthetic division video.